Good evening, guys. I'm so happy to meet you all once again, and thanks for watching this video. So, first of all, I want to say this video will be helpful for you to brush up all the things that we are doing and just to check whether you are following with the process or you are missing any of the things. Just to give you a brush up because so many people are doing this for a long time, so it would act as a brush up, and also you can definitely take new points out of this. So what I wanted to say is I'm not going to go into any other topics or something that I told you in the month of August or so. I will be giving you a training on the whole of stock market. It's not only stock market, it's be it all the different parts of the market, you be it positional, long term, intraday, index trading, futures, options. And I told you that I'm developing a new thing and it's almost ready. And I want to give it, when I'm giving it to you, I want it to be the best. So I'm just taking a few time for that. But with regards to what we are all doing every single day, I'm just going to give you a quick brush up. Okay, so thank you so much again for watching this, and let's start this. So first of all, what are the things that we have to remember while we are trading? Is the first thing is, am I taking a predefined risk? Okay, am I taking a calculated risk? Is the particular trade that I'm about to take falls under my risk taking capability? Okay, so I should never take a trade which is far high than my risk taking capability. Okay, we should never have any 100% surety in the market. We should never have it. We should never say this call is going to be 100% successful. No one can say that. Okay, it's totally up to the market. Even though your analysis is perfect, it's totally up to the market to negate the outcome of the trade. So all the trades that we are taking should be falling under the risk taking capability. So and then the next question with regards to technical analysis is that what is the trend of the stock? As you know, we have 7 trends that we are following, 7 trend patterns that we are following every day, and we make sure that it is one among the 7. And I have shared a PDF also. You can just open and you have to make sure that it is under the either of the 7 trend patterns. Either it is symbol bullish or symbol bearish, semicircle, inverted semicircle, dynamic support, dynamic resistance, or the sideways. So we have to make sure it falls under any of the 7. And the next thing what you have to remember is, many people miss, is we have to check the volume is at least 25k. Okay, without the volume the trend cannot sustain. So we make sure that the trend of that particular trade is at least 25k. So I know with regards to few stocks there will be no trend, no volume at all. So in those cases alone, if you really want to trade in that stock, first thing, reduce the risk. Second thing, what you have to do is just you have the volume chart in the bottom. You have to make sure, if you compare the previous 5 to 6 days, if today's volume is considerably high with regards to bar graph, okay, you can definitely go and take the trade. But it has to be considerably having a significant high volume than the normal low volumes. Then you can definitely go into that trade. And the next thing is, the size of the candle should be small. Okay, there are 2 reasons behind it. One, your risk will be reduced. Second reason is that always whenever there is a big candle, there will be always a retracement in the subsequent candle, and the candle size should be considered only based on the size of the candle. You have to compare the size of the candle with the neighboring candles. So it's not based on high minus low or anything like that. It's based on the size of the candle with the neighboring candles. So next thing is market trend. So we have to just give a little bit a thought about the market trend while we are trading. It's not specifically the whole of market. It's based on the sector that we are trading, and that's why we are giving so much importance to the sector that we are trading. It should be having a Nifty index sector. We will definitely trade only in a Nifty index sector. I mean, which means if, for example, if you are trading in Aura Pharma, it's under Nifty Pharma. So we make sure that it is having a separate sector. So all these things should be there in a paper, and we have to make sure that we are checking all these, and then we are entering into a trade. And now there are these are the things that you should be adding in your terminal. Okay, few things you may not be adding it. I want this to be added in your terminals. And coming to the moving average is the most important thing. That is the primary thing that we use for finding the trend. So few people want to have a confirmation, okay, as additional confirmation. So you can definitely use a Bollinger Band. Keep it default. And when I say Bollinger Band, I will explain about it, but you have to make sure that you are just adding it as a reference. Don't take any decision based on a Bollinger Band, and it's just as a reference, and it will help you considerably. Okay, so with regards to pivot, you will be using a Fibonacci pivots, and don't use a standard pivot. And you should use a volume chart also. So I'm going to just explain you, even though you may be knowing all these very well, I'm just going to repeat it once again. So as you know, the red line is the moving average. Okay, it is the trend indicator. So we define the risk based on the moving average. And a Bollinger Band has two bands. One is called the upper band and the other is called the lower band. And the center white line is called the simple moving average. So basically it is the upper Bollinger Band. It means a overbought zone, and the lower Bollinger Band means it's an oversold zone, which means if a price reaches the overbought zone, it has the potential to reverse. And if a price reaches the oversold zone, similarly it can reverse from there. So now see this is today's UPL. This is my trade of the day. This was in the overbought zone. Okay, and your trend for yesterday is downtrend, and the first candle is also a bearish candle. So since it's in the overbought zone, it means it's very good for shorting. And then what you do, you take that as your reference candle. You check the volume is there about 25k. In this case, the candle size is big. I mean the whole. You have to check the high, from the high to the low. So here the candle size is big, but just for the sake of example, I'm telling, you're considering that as your reference candle. Let's say your low is 700. You're keeping a buffer of 60 paisa, and your entry is low minus buffer. That is 700 minus 60 is 699.40. Your entry should be in the next 15 minutes. And you're entering into that trade. And with regards to target booking, and expect your stock to go to the next two supports, the standard supports, which means the horizontal lines that you're seeing. Okay, and make sure that you're making 1:1, and then when you're seeing when you're waiting for 1:2, you can put your stop loss to cost, and or you can book 50% of profit or whatever it is, but try to explore the more of the profits. I mean, try to take more profits, so that even when you have few failure calls in whole month or something, when you have a failure call, that won't even bother you, because you have used the successful calls on your favor. See, after that, UPL is again going up, and it's still on the upper Bollinger Band, and now again it's reversing, it's falling down. But I don't recommend a second trade, because once your stock has moved a significant percentage and it is reversing, you cannot expect that percentage to be obtained again. Okay, so I'm just going to show you another one example. This is Bata India, I guess, and first candle, it's outside the Bollinger Band. Okay, and many people use Bollinger Band when it gives a breakout above the Bollinger Band, they go for long or something like that. That is not the right way to do it. Always the prices tend to stay within the band. Okay, and in this candle, like yesterday's trend is a downtrend. your candle should also be downtrend, and you make sure that you have volume and you're entering at the low of the first candle, low minus buffer of the first candle, and your stock went down, and for the whole day it acted as a support. Resistance. Okay, so you're checking the volume, you're checking the candle size, and you're going behind it. And this is also a very good example of WMA trend. Body closed below and you're going short. And see, this is one thing that I want to show you here in the morning. Let's imagine that yesterday's trend is downtrend and it's falling, the first candle being the reference candle. Here it's your short opportunities you're getting at a lower Bollinger Band. It's not as safe as the first pattern, which means when a price is at the lower Bollinger Band, it means it is in the oversold region, so it has the potential to go to the overbought region, at least to the overbought region, and it has the potential to reverse, but not necessarily. Okay, so what I'm telling is, in this case, it achieved the target. It went down. Rel Infra gave a profit down also, but it gave a far more profit in the upside also. That is called inverted semicircle pattern, and it went very up. So every trade that we are taking, we are making sure that it is as per the trend. Our first preference, and always according to this method, is always the trend line. Okay, dynamic line, and we make sure that we are using the Bollinger Band only as a reference, and we are trading as per that. Okay, so apart from that, what I wanted to say is, use the standard supports and resistances, that is the horizontal lines, the Fibonacci lines, and even the Bollinger Bands for booking the profits. Keep on trialing. With regards to profit booking, I cannot say you should have a specific target. Okay, there is no specific target in the market. We make sure that we are taking whatever the stock is giving. Okay, but the minimum, it should be 1:1. That is what I'm always telling. It should be minimum 1:1. If it's not even 1:1, then it's a failure. So once a trade is over in a trade, and you don't have to go to that particular trade and go for another one opportunity. So once your trade is over, you can completely ignore that stock and you can go for the next stock. So today we got so many opportunities, and all the examples that I'm showing you right now is today's example. Okay, so I hope I have cleared some points. First of all, whenever you see a stock, whenever you select a stock, either it should be from the news or it should be from the OI experts. News, you can check it after 8 a.m. You can use any sources you want. You don't limit yourself to money control. You can use any sources, Bloomberg, you can use Twitter, you can use CNBC, but make sure it is in today's news. Okay, make sure it is in today's focus of the day, where there will be large volume of transaction. And second thing, what you have to make sure is, it's OI experts, which is after 9:30. You can go to that website, and you can definitely go and check a stock which is having an OI about 10%. And the third thing, open low high stocks. Make sure that it is really open low high in your Zerodha terminal, or in your Upstocks, or in your Sharekhan, anything. It's really open low and open high in your terminal, because those values are taken from Google charts. And another one thing you can do is, if you want additional stock selection method, okay, which I have not really tested, I'm just giving you a suggestion. You can definitely go and check the gap up stocks. In the pre-market, if you go to nseindia.com, there is a section called under live analysis, pre-market stocks, where you will be getting the stocks which have gapped up. Okay, so if a stock is gapping up, and you will not enter immediately, you will enter only if our analysis is telling us to enter. So I'm basically increasing the stock selection, so that you don't have to depend too much on the any softwares or screeners, or many are using in trading view and charting, like whatever screener you're using, make sure that you're not depending too much on the screener and depending only on the stock selection process, which have some sort of significance of stock selection. The screener stocks have no significance. Okay, so you can definitely go and trade in random stocks if you have made a very good profit. If you can definitely go, but don't give more importance to this random stocks give more importance, which has some criteria for selecting it. Okay, either news or OI spurts or open high low or even gap up gap down stocks you can go and select from pre-market. So, and with that you're adding the moving average 89 weighted, and you're adding the Bollinger Band, and you're keeping the Fibonacci support and resistance, and you're adding the volume chart, and you're making sure that it is a small candle, and you're checking the volume. With that you can trade. Okay, so for someone who is starting new, I just say start with watch for a few days and start with small quantities, and after 5 or 6 7 days you can start with small quantities. But others, like predefine a risk of 500 or 1000, or those who are doing with so much quantity also, I'm so happy to see that whatever quantity you can do. This is just a quick brush up I thought of doing this, and that's why this video. I hope it was a little bit useful for you. And as I told you, in the month of August we will be releasing I will be sharing with you all the whole new thing, which is more powerful. Even this is very powerful, but more powerful than this, to mint a very huge profits every single day for the rest of your life. I will be sharing it with you all. It's applicable for every market. It's not only for intraday. What we are dealing right now is completely intraday. That is what I taught you and told you. But what we are going to learn is not only for intraday, especially for intraday only, but it's applicable for every segment, every type frame, everything, even for long term. It's for everything. Okay, so I can't wait to share it with you all, and thank you so much for your time for watching this till the end. See you again soon. Have a wonderful week, and thank you so much. Bye bye.